Versatile Hydroponics Limited Versa Undertow 25R. It's a 2-plant site recirculating deep water culture system. It has 2 different reservoir options with the round, which is just the lid, or on the rectangular. They both come with 1/2-inch dual ports with grommets and plugs already installed. A 1 3/8 inch hole with a green insert for your power cord, so that way you can keep debris out as well as be able to freely move it in there while keeping also light out. This one still needs the 1/2-inch ports added to the reservoir lid, but the round reservoir will reflect that here. And as you can see, this is already set up, so we'll just take a quick look at what actually all comes in the kit. And as you unbox it, it would look something similar to this. Each bucket would have something in it. And one bucket will have your expanded clay pebbles, and this is more than enough for to fill both lids. 2 rock wool cube sets per bucket, so a total of 4 rock wool cubes. Give you an opportunity that way if for some reason one of your plants don't take off, well, you've got 2 times the chances. 2 2x2 Versa air stones, and this is how these would come out of the bucket or buckets. This would be your 3/4 inch return line. You get 2 of these. As you can see, that is them set up and connected to the reservoir extenders, or just extension pieces that help widen out your reservoir. As you can see here, that connects from here to the control arm, the open end piece, and then the other end has the barb fitting on this that connects in there. And then your feed line setup, which comes completely installed. So you'll have a T that'll connect into your reservoir, going through and then connecting to the backside of your plant sites. That is a 1/2-inch line there, and then it reduces up to 3/4 inch. So for the grommets, so that way if you ever do decide to expand, it is easy to do so. And then out comes the control arm return lines, and that's through all 3/4 inch ball valves, so that way you can completely separate and control where the water's going and how it's returning. And then back to your reservoir. You got the check valves and the green gecko airline tubing. All the airline tubing is 100% food grade silicone. This unit actually is currently running right now without the air pump running. So as you can tell, the water pump is extremely quiet. And there it is there. It's 160 gallon per hour max flow. So then you'll get this piece here that actually comes up, connects to your T, as you can see there. Runs through, and we can separate off so the flow all goes to one or to both. If you need to maintain a single bucket, that way you can keep the flow going to one and completely shut off the other side. You can completely separate the reservoir from those if you need to. You can kill the flow to one and shut off the return line, and then all of a sudden this one here, you got an opportunity to drain it, clean it, maintain it in any way you may need. And the same over here. See, we've got the tuxedo black silicone tubing here connecting to our air stone. So if you ever need to disconnect and move anything, you just go ahead and pop that off. Pop that off, and then you can go ahead and do your thing. Pop it back on, you're connected. Pop it off, your lid's still connected to your air stone, so you don't actually have to lift or remove or mess with your plant basically to disconnect your air line. So we've got our air line, our 4.5 watt, 95 gallon per hour air pump. That is an adjustable flow. The check valves that come with it, those are only needed if your air pump is below your water line. And we'll get that running here in a few minutes. So our feed line comes down, comes around, and these are plug and play barbed fittings. When you go to set it up, you just dip these barb connectors into either warm water or lubricant, and then you're always going to see how I got a couple barbs sticking out there. You're going to want a minimum of 1 barb, because as you can see, when you got 1 barb sticking out, at least you're going to have a watertight connection. You also get zip ties. As you can see, these have not been cut, but you don't necessarily need the zip ties in a lot of cases. As you can see, there's no zip tie holding this one on, and it's watertight. But you will see that I got a couple barbs sticking out on this end. It's not as imperative on the ends with the tubing, but it doesn't hurt. Between the whole system, you're gonna plug 2 into the reservoir, those 2 into your control arms, the control arms into your plant sites, and then your feed line into your plant sites. And then you're gonna connect your pump to feed line. No tools required. You can go ahead and bring these buckets in as tight as you need. So when you're just getting started off, you're gonna be able to utilize your lighting as much as possible without having to cover a large footprint. You've got extreme flexibility in how much space you need with these systems. Let's get the air pump running. This is kink resistant as well. So let me make sure that I'm gonna connect to the right port. Have over 13 years of hydroponic experience. Whenever and whatever we can do, you call us. If it's equipment related, growing related, if we can assist, we will. If we don't know how to answer your question, we will help you find an answer, because just like you, we like to learn, we like to experiment. This is what we do. Let us help you, and let's grow together.